This episode of Invent America Radio is brought to you by America's Inventor Lady and Home Talk USA. Home Talk is a proud member of the King Broadcasting Network and has been bringing you the best of America's home-based product innovation since 1998.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world. As Rita Crompton talked to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today.
Hello, America, and welcome to Invent America, because America invents. We all play a role in innovation. We have the innovators who make the new stuff, and then we have the consumers who buy the new stuff. And we need everybody to make it all work. And we are packing our bags and getting ready to attend the largest consumer-based trade show in America, ASD Market Week. And we are so excited because this show covers every consumer product. And, you know, in the past, we've gone to professional shows that were only open to store owners and manufacturers. This show has got a very interesting caveat. It's also open to the consumer. So if you're out there in Las Vegas during the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th, and you want to see what's new, drop on in at the Convention Center for ASD Market Week. So my guest today is Kat Crompton, and she is going to be at ASD Market Week with us. So, Kat, what are you kind of looking for as our first attendance at this show?
Really excited to be going. In the past, we've attended the National Hardware Show, and where that was so much more industry specific, you know, you're looking at things that would end up in a Home Depot, a Lowe's. ASD Market Week is more like a Target. It encompasses so many different industries. In fact, their slogan is actually where variety meets value. And I think that's great because I think it really focuses on the fact that there is a huge variety there. Like you said, it is the biggest one in the country, 1,800 or more vendors, you know, more than 19 product categories. So since we've never been, we're a little bit limited in understanding what each one of those categories is, because each of those categories is going to have subcategories. So, you know, we see that they've got beauty, clothing, craft, toys, home decor. It's just a huge pendulum that it's going to swing across with different industries. So what I'm really excited to learn is to be able to go and see what are those different subcategories within those categories. I mean, one of the categories is general. I mean, I can't even imagine what falls within that. But I think that for us, being able to really nail down what each of those categories will allow will help us better prepare for next year and really be able to tell people, this is your product, it's an amazing fit. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you what I saw last year that would be in that same industry. So we could just offer anyone who wants to go with us as a team in, you know, 2025, that extra information that now we've attended, now we know, now we're the experts. So I'm really looking forward to being able to give people more information about it following the show.
Well, and we've got people already signing up to go with us in March of 2025, and we haven't even had 2024 yet. But, you know, they couldn't make it for one reason or another. And when we had Stephanie on, who was the marketing VP director for ASD Market Week a few weeks ago, and she was talking about, you know, yes, people will, you know, want to be able to move inventory that's been out there for a while, but where they get it really excited is on the new stuff. What's new? Everybody wants what's new. And it was so funny because I always get the sell sheets printed. And when I went into Office Depot, little plug for Office Depot there because they do a great job for us every year, the gentleman who helped me with the printing, this is the third year in a row he's helped me with all this printing. And he goes, I just love it when you come in here and I get to see all the new products that are coming to market. It's so exciting. And he goes, I get to pick out my favorites. And I said, yes, you can. So, you know, it's people do want to see what's coming down the road. They want to know what's going to be hitting the store shelves. I remember when I used to give Christmas gifts with all the new products that were coming out, and my son-in-law thought that, well, this is really hokey until he got a few of them, and he goes, okay, this is really cool. What are we getting next year? So people want to see what's coming.
They do. They absolutely do. And so it's always exciting. And it's exciting for us to get to see them. And, you know, we've talked about them with the inventors, but now we actually get to hold prototypes in our hands and, you know, figure out how many different ways that we could potentially use something. And the thing is, the majority of inventions nowadays, they solve a problem. That is how people come up with the idea. So if you're having the problem, chances are somebody else is having the problem. I mean, I'm excited to see the products that are child-related.
Yes. And, you know, we've got the traditional tools. Organizer Genie, he's been going with us. Mahbub has been going with us now for, I think, 4 years. And, you know, I said, you know, you could actually, you know, get your own space. And he goes, why would I do that? It's a lot more fun to go with you, and I get a lot bigger bang for my buck. So, you know, we love having those inventors that have gone with us for years, and we love seeing the new products. But we've got really everything from new ratchets to diapers in our booth this year, and grill cleaners and kitchen products and new coffee processors and, you know, a new hot tub gadget and toys. The peanut board is really cool. We've got the new, you know, the new tool inflator, the InnoFlate, that inflates a ball the right way. And we've got those prototypes with us. So we have got so many really cool things, and I cannot wait for all of you out there buying America to come and see what we've got. So, with that said, if you would like to participate in the Innovation Awards, go to invent-america.com, look at the product page, you know, where it says the events and it says ASD Market Week. You'll actually be able to go in and start voting for your favorite products. Now, the winner, all right, he's going to get the advertisement on the radio and, you know, a big awards. We've got 4 levels. So, you know, this is one way that Listening America can really get out there and help our inventors by saying, yeah, cool product. Because when we get ready to license those, then we can say winner of the 2024 Innovation Award, and that carries weight with a licensee because the buying public now has weighed in on it. And so we want to encourage everybody, go to the website, Invent-America, click on the products, and go in then and be able to vote for your favorite ones. And, you know, today's topic is lady inventors. So in the past, where we were doing tools, the majority of the people who went with us were gentlemen. And this year, funny thing, with that opening up of all those categories, we've got about a 50-50 participation now with ladies and gentlemen. So we're excited to have all the ladies there and really then being part of that innovation. So we're going to talk about some of the challenges that have come up. And right now I can hear our music playing. We're going to take a break and go pay some bills. But I want to shout out there, ASD Market Week has been wonderful, wonderful to work with. They're a sponsor for Invent America Radio. So by all means, visit their website, check out our website, and come see us if you can and stop by the booth and say hello. So let's go pay some bills, and we will be back with our next guest. Thanks, Kat.
No problem.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HometalkUSA.com. one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for being with us. If you are an inventor or you know an inventor who would like to be on the radio, go to the website and click on that button that says Be on the Radio. It is free for our inventors, and we would love to have you. I get to pick the questions and the guests, so we always look at making it a good conversation, and we would love to have you, so join us. And if you need a service provider, shoot me an email, rita@inventorlady.com. We are happy to point you into the right direction with some good vetted service providers. Today we're talking about lady inventors specifically, and our next guest is Leslie Holland. She will be joining us at ASD Market Week. She's invented the jewelry closet, and it's the first and only modular jewelry organizer. I cannot wait to have one of my own because right now my necklaces are all in Ziploc bags. And so as a first-time inventor, Leslie's run into some challenges like we all do going through the process. It's been about 3 years for her to get teed up to this point. So Leslie, tell our listeners about the jewelry closet.
Hello, Rita. Thanks for having me on the show. So, as you mentioned, it's a modular jewelry closet and the first and only one of its type, patent pending. And I came up with the idea as I was struggling with my own jewelry collection and really looking hard for the perfect organizer. And there just simply wasn't one. What I found is today's jewelry organizers are not big enough, and they definitely don't have the right kind of space. So I designed one myself, and I absolutely love it. I use it every day. One thing I wanted to do was provide a little bit of context about the jewelry organizer market. So it's a $27 billion market, and it has just not kept pace with women's jewelry storage needs today. So women have a lot of jewelry. That industry is a $340 billion industry, and women are the main buyers of jewelry. It's around 90%. So where are they keeping it all? And the answer is they're really keeping it everywhere.
Oh, you betcha.
Boxes, cups. And, you get real lazy and you end up wearing the same thing day after day because you just don't have the time to find those perfect pieces you want to wear. So in that respect, I thought it was time for something serious to come out on the market. I do see this as a great economic opportunity for someone if they would love to license the product from me. The main features of this jewelry organizer is that it's very compact. It holds twice the amount of jewelry as its main competitor. It is designed it stands vertically so things can drape and not get all tangled up. It is customizable. There are series of parts to choose from that are interchangeable. So finally, anybody can design the layout for their jewelry to meet their personal needs.
Right.
And then finally, everything is accessible. So there's a place for every single piece. You can see it. You can get to it. And I just got my third prototype back from the fabricator that I'm bringing to the show. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Wonderful.
So I'm very excited and happy to be there.
Well, and the website is thejewelrycloset.co. So, ladies out there, if you are looking for a new organizer, go visit the website. Gentlemen, if you're looking for a gift for your wife, this is where to go. And as soon as we are able to get it licensed, there will be product available. And so, Leslie, as we're talking now about, some of the specific challenges that ladies face, what has, your experience been that's unique for you?
So I'd like to, I thought about this long and hard, and I have to say that I think that the biggest speed bumps were created because I was new to the invention process. And what I found interesting was all through this process, all the service providers, all the advisors, everybody that I've spoken to and worked with have been men, with the exception of those in the marketing world. And so I was delighted, Rita, to hear about you and listen in and to get involved with all the great work that you do, not because the men aren't great. They've all been super enthusiastic, but it's just really, in a way, kind of stunning that there aren't more women in this invention world.
I agree with you, and I think some of it is that, we're busy, we're multitasking, we're keeping a house, we're raising the kids, we're working a lot of the times, and, just keeping everything going forward in the least amount of chaos possible. Inventing takes focus, and it takes a lot of work. So one of the things that I see is generally the inventors I work with are frequently older. And the kids are gone, and they're retired, and now they're looking for, what is that next thing I'm going to do? And so some of it, I think is just where we are in life. And I think some of the other things is that when we go out there and we start talking, women see things from a different perspective. And so we're going to problem solve differently.
That's true, Rita, and I'm exactly that typical woman soul inventor, and I had a previous career, and I think one of the advantages was, though, that the career field that I had to navigate through a lot of minefields, and it was a mostly male-dominated area. So I think that helped me, and I don't have any trepidation. I'm happy to work with anybody who's expert at what they do. So I think that in some ways was helpful, but you're right. The ability to be able to really focus and double down is so important.
And in some ways, it shouldn't have anything to do with male or female. People don't look at packaging and saying, oh, invented by a woman, I'm going to get this one. They look at the product and what it costs and what does it do and the problem it solves. And, a good patent is the same way. It's very interesting. Interesting dynamics go into this. So anyway, I hear our music playing. Leslie, thank you so much for being on. I cannot wait to meet you next week. And we are going to knock the socks off of this show. It's exciting.
We sure are. Thanks so much, Rita, for having me on. Appreciate it.
Take care now. We are going to go and pay some bills. We will be right back with Randy Butler, our next lady inventor.
Welcome back to Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hello, America, and I want to introduce our next guest, Randy Butler. She will be joining us at ASD Market Week, and we are so excited to get out there and get everything set up. We've got right around 20 products that we will be showing, and everything from new tarp security brackets that will go on the roof and electrical gadgets to grease cleaners and grill cleaners and baby diapers and skateboards for kids, and kitchen gadgets. And that is where Randy comes in. She has always been a unique problem solver, but just recently went after her first intellectual property and actual prototyping of her product. Her product is called Dish Dryer Pro. I cannot wait to have one of these for my husband. He tends to be the dishwasher in the family. And, the water kind of runs all over. And Randy has solved that problem. So, Randy, tell our listeners about Dish Dryer Pro. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me. So, the Dish Dryer Pro is a dish rack. It looks just like any other dish rack that you would have, for your kitchen. However, it has fans inside of it that blow your dishes dry more quickly. So it's as simple as that.
I just think it's wonderful, and it really looks nice. I've seen the pictures of your prototype. So you've certainly had some challenges getting teed up and getting, ready to go for the show. Share with our listeners what you can.
Okay. Yes, I did. The most important thing was to have my prototype because I couldn't go to the show without it. And I had some challenges with the company who was working on my prototype. And we started very early back in September, signed the agreement to get the prototype completed, and I was supposed to have it by Thanksgiving. And the company ran into delays. And it finally got to the point where we had to put a lot of pressure on them to get it done. And I was almost afraid up until about a week or two ago that I wasn't going to make it to ASD Market Week. But thankfully, I do have 2 prototypes that I am bringing to the show.
Well, that's wonderful. And I know because I was part of the conversation, they just kept pushing us off like it didn't matter.
They did. They really did.
It was really frustrating to deal with the push off. And I don't really know. They talked to both of us, honestly. If he said one more time, we should be able to, instead of we will do, I wanted to, virtually reach through the screen and choke him. But anyway, the one, the thing is to keeping people on task. So we do, use now a work for hire agreement that puts consequences into the form. So a lot of times when they present the agreement to the inventor, the agreement protects them, not you. So when you get to present the work for hire agreement to them, it allows you to put parameters in, deadlines, consequences. And I think that that's really an important thing, especially for ladies, to hang on to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it was at the point where, we were demanding a refund and they were saying, we don't owe you a refund. We've put a lot of time and effort into this. And we were getting closer to our deadline. So the only thing that really got us there was the pressure that I, with your help, was able to put on them to finally get it. But I love that. I love that idea of giving them the expectations up front so they know what we are expecting. And we shouldn't pay for anything less.
Well, and the thing is that, when we went to their website and looked, everything that they promised on their website, they missed with you.
Absolutely.
I mean, every promise they made in writing was gone. It was really, really frustrating. So what advice do you have for our listeners?
The advice that I have is to really know who you're dealing with. Get some references if you can, some work samples. Really check out who you're working with and who you're hiring. I love the idea of, and moving forward, I will do this every time, is having the document that you just mentioned. So, I can make sure that they're adhering to their deadlines because I almost missed this show.
Yeah.
And
the work for hire agreement does contain then that non-disclosure part in it, which theirs did not for you.
Theirs did not, and I also thought that I was completely covered because I had a provisional patent. And I was covered with that, but we also were getting to the point where it was getting close to the expiration of my provisional, which thankfully we filed the non-provisional, but that had me a little concerned as well. So all of that would definitely make a difference next time, because that was a big concern of mine.
Well, and it was, the initial contact with them was in the end of September.
Yes,
and we're just getting it now. And the promises on the website were so misleading. So I think, the work for hire agreement is something that allows you then to hold them accountable. And if they won't sign something like that, there's a problem. The other thing, people, if you go to someone's website and they've got a whole bunch of praising reviews, don't read the website, because they're not going to post the bad ones.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's misleading as well. I mean, would you post a bad one? No. People don't post the bad ones.
No, and I did research on them. I saw the ones on their website, and I did research on them, and there really isn't much outside of their website. So, having to go through this again, I would probably not have chosen them. I would choose someone who
and they were a startup.
References.
I mean,
yes,
my goodness,
they are a startup.
I want to say stay away from the startups, because you don't know what you're getting, but there's, sometimes you're willing to take that risk, and it is a risk. But, you live and you learn, you move on. I am so glad that you've got what you need to be at the show, and I will see you next week.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to see you.
So thanks so much for being on with us today. I am looking for that Dish Dryer Pro, and we are going to get it out there into the marketplace. And right now, we are going to go and pay some bills, America. So stick with us, because our industry expert is a lady, and she is the inventor of Cargo Caddy. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hello, America, and we are talking to all of our American lady inventors today with some insight and introducing these really amazing inventions that ladies come up with. And our next guest is Lexa Gandolfo. She's been on before with me. I met Lexa, I think, back in 2019 when we were actually lobbying on Capitol Hill on behalf of patent rights. And she was just getting started, and now she is our industry expert because she's been there, done that, and getting into the marketplace. Lexa, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks, Rita. Happy to be here.
So we had a good laugh because I said we're talking about lady inventors, and you go, oh, wait a minute, I am a lady and I am an inventor, so I am qualified, and I appreciate that.
Right. So, I don't know about the expert part. I can share with you what I've learned, but I'm definitely a lady and definitely an inventor. So
I would add that expert to it because you have licensed your product and you will be on the market shortly. So tell everybody about Cargo Caddy.
Yeah. Cargo Caddy is a trunk organizer for SUVs and CUVs. The problem it solves is that, SUV and CUV trunks are these big, tall, wide spaces. So items get piled on top of each other. They're disorganized. They're messy. They fall out of the back of the trunk when you open the trunk. Cargo Caddy gives you shelf space above the trunk floor for all the stuff you typically store in your SUV, CUV trunk, like groceries, sports equipment, camping and hiking gear, tailgating items, all that kind of stuff.
And I tell you, I've got two daughters that have, the mess, and they will be getting this for Christmas as soon as it's available.
Oh, I appreciate that. So hopefully, I just was issued the utility patent in January of this year, and I licensed it back in May of 2023. It's due to hit the market, and it's supposed to be June, July kind of time frame.
Excellent. So it will be available for this Christmas.
Should be.
Awesome. I love it. So, and next year we're going to talk you into going to, ASD Market Week with us, because this would be a great thing to show.
Absolutely.
Your experiences, over the last 4 years, because we did meet a while ago, so I know you've been working on this. For the women inventors out there, what do you, in your experience with other ladies, because you also help George Peters with Invent New England, what do ladies run into?
Yeah, you know what? I think that I specifically didn't have any particular issue when people found out that I was a woman who had invented this product, when I was looking to license it or looking to get exposure for the product. I will say, though, however, less than 13%, I think that's the statistic, of women who apply for patents are granted patents in any given year. And only about a fifth of U.S. patent holders in general are women. So I think it's just a matter of bringing awareness to this invention /STEM /product development field. A lot of women maybe don't think about going in this route when it's totally and completely tailor-made, I think, for a lot of women's brains, just in terms of being problem solvers and figuring out a solution to an everyday problem. I think women are perfectly suited to come up with that kind of solution, and that's all inventing is, just coming up with a solution to a problem and being determined enough to keep going at it until you get it right. So
well, and I agree with you.
That's really the biggest problem.
I think a lot of times a woman solves a problem and they think, oh, it's just a little thing, but they don't realize that a little thing can be an industry game changer. And they think of an inventor as being, somebody that invents a new rocket ship or, a new automobile engine or, a house that's off the grid, as opposed to a new type of coffee press.
Precisely. It's a perception issue. It's not even for me, at least, it hasn't been a real issue. It's just what the woman who's trying to invent something thinks in her mind is a barrier, and it shouldn't be. And I hope with New England Invent we can spread the word more to not just women but also minorities and other people in underserved regions. You can be an inventor too, is the message.
Right. And so we want to encourage all you ladies out there who have solved a problem to not overlook how important that the solution could be for everyone else. And Lexa, thank you so much for being with us today. We are going to go and pay some bills. And thank you to our home, which is the GCN, Genesis Communication Network. And we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, so stick with us.
Thank you.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us today. And again, my big thank you to ASD Market Week for their sponsorship of Invent America. We will be doing our next show right from the floor at the convention center, so I hope you join us. And we will be talking to some of the inventors who are right there with us selling their product. And again, if you are an inventor out there and you've got an idea, even if you've just got questions, I will sign a non-disclosure, non-compete, talk to you on the phone, answer your questions. So reach out. Ask. You will never get to the next step unless you start with the first question. So join us, and thank you again to ASD Market Week and our Genesis Communication Network and the father of Invent America, Michael King, the Cajun contractor himself.
Talk USA with Michael King is produced Talk Media in association with King's Broadcasting Network and Genesis Communications Network. Broadcast and streamed live from the great state of Louisiana. Host and producer, the Cajun contractor, Michael King. Executive producer, Michael Mellinson. Affiliate and sponsor relations, Joe Spera. Comptroller, Sheila Gregoire. Assistant producer, Christian Bethencourt. Board operators provided by Genesis Communications Network. And I'm your announcer, Kevin McCarthy. Music includes King's Creole by Prolific Arts, Cajun Jam by StockMusic.com, and Zydeco City by Steve Rice. Home Talk USA with Michael King is sponsored by Bonide, pest solutions for your home, garden, and lawn. Decorators, take outdoor living beyond ordinary. Aztec Washer, innovative roofing solutions. Seal it right, seal it tight. Trimislab. Replace rotten or missing wood with Trimislab expansion joint repair. Masonry Cosmetics. Change the color of any porous masonry with proven masonry staining. Green Products Company. #1 in wood preservatives. Preserve, protect, and clean what you value. And most of all, make it last. Bond Products, manufacturers of InstaBind, the world's first do-it-yourself carpet binding solution. Deckrite, life is tough. Make your exterior flooring tougher. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Home Talk USA with Michael King. Until next time, visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com.
Yay!